You know that feeling when you're writing and the ideas themselves are solid, but the sentences just don't click? It feels a little choppy, right? A bit clunky? Well, today we are going to fix that with a super simple but incredibly powerful set of tools called transition signals. They're going to make your writing flow like you wouldn't believe. Okay, let's just dive right in. Look at the before here. Two separate sentences. They're fine, but they feel like two random puzzle pieces sitting on a table. Now, look at the after. See that one little connecting word? It's not just sticking them together, it's showing how they relate. Suddenly, the puzzle clicks into place. That's the power we're going to unlock today. So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with why flow is so important. Then we'll cover the one single punctuation rule you absolutely have to know. After that, we'll start building our toolbox. Words for adding ideas, for showing contrast, and for connecting cause and effect. And to wrap it all up, you'll get to put it into practice. Let's do this. All right, first up, writing that flows. Why do we even care about this? Well, think about it. When you write, you're basically taking your reader on a little journey through your thoughts. Without good transitions, that journey is bumpy and confusing. Smooth transitions are like signposts, pointing the way and making the trip effortless for your reader. So, the official name for these little helpers is transition connectors. But honestly, I just think of them as bridges. They build a solid connection between two complete sentences, and they give the reader a heads up about what's coming next. Are we adding a point? Are we switching gears? These little words do all of that heavy lifting for you. Okay, before we get to play with all the cool words, we have to talk about punctuation. I know, but this is the one non-negotiable rule. Getting this right is what makes your writing look polished and professional instead of, well, wrong. And here it is, the golden rule, broken down. It's so simple. First, you write a complete sentence. Then, you put in a hard stop. That's either a semicolon or a period. Then comes your transition word, followed by a comma. And finally, you land with your second complete sentence. Just burn this into your brain. Sentence, connector, sentence. That's the magic formula. And this is so important, I have to say it again. These connectors are only for linking two complete sentences. Each part has to be able to stand on its own 2 feet. You can't use them to just hook up a word or a phrase. We're linking two strong ideas, not a big idea, to a little fragment. All right, toolbox time. Let's stock up. Our first set of words is for when you just want to add another, similar idea. You're building your case, stacking up your points without changing direction. You can think of these as the more sophisticated cousins of the word and. When you use words like in addition or moreover, you're signaling to your reader, hey, stick with me, I've got another great point coming that supports what I just said. It just sounds so much better. Here's a perfect example. We've got 2 great reasons to join a sports club, getting fit and meeting people. The phrase in addition links those 2 complete thoughts so smoothly. It just flows. And look at this one. Moreover does a similar job, but it feels like it adds a little more weight, doesn't it? It's not just another point, it's a more serious one. That word choice signals an escalation, which is a really cool, subtle trick. So that's how you add ideas. But what if your ideas clash? What if you want to introduce an opposite or unexpected point? Well, that's when you reach for your next set of tools, the contrast words. These are your go-to words instead of just using but over and over again. Words like however and on the other hand are essential for showing you've thought about both sides of an issue or for introducing a surprising twist. This is such a great example of a complex real-world opinion. It's not just I like it or I don't like it. It's both. However, lets you hold those 2 conflicting ideas together in one elegant sentence. It makes your writing feel so much more thoughtful. The classic pro and con list. On the other hand, is tailor-made for this. It immediately tells your reader you're about to present the flip side of the coin. It's fair, it's balanced, and it makes your argument feel much more credible. Okay, our final set of tools is all about logic. These are the words you use to show that one thing happened because of another. This is where we connect actions to their consequences. So words like therefore and as a result draw a straight line from cause to effect. It's like setting up dominoes. But then you have otherwise, which is unique. It's a bit of a warning sign. It says, if you don't do this, then this bad thing will happen. This one is crystal clear cause and effect. Cause, they didn't practice. Effect, they lost the match. Therefore, it makes that connection impossible to miss. There's no guesswork for the reader. The logic is laid out perfectly. And here's otherwise in action, serving up a warning. It creates a sense of urgency. It's telling you, here's the smart thing to do, because here's the consequence if you don't. It's a really persuasive little word. Okay, we've covered the rules. We've filled up our toolbox with some awesome new words. Now it's time to put you in the driver's seat. Let's try one together. Take a look at these two sentences. The antique vase was fragile. We handled it with extreme care. What's the relationship here? Is it addition? Is it contrast? Or is it cause and effect? What word would you put in that blank? If you were thinking, therefore, or as a result, you absolutely nailed it. Because the vase was fragile, that's the cause. We handled it with care. That's the effect. Therefore builds that logical bridge perfectly. See how easy that is? And that's really the heart of it. By mastering just a few of these words and remembering that one golden punctuation rule, you can take your writing to a whole new level. It goes from being just a list of sentences to a smooth, convincing argument. Your writing toolbox just got a major upgrade. So the only question left is, how are you going to use it?